federal government is holding talks with authorities of the United States over the military threats by the U.S. President Donald Trump. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, disclosed this during an interview. He revealed that diplomatic channels are proving effective towards rapprochement and the tense relationship between the government of the United States and Nigeria. The minister explained that the Nigerian government has not lost any territory to the Boko Haram's terrorists, insisting that the war against insurgency is not conventional warfare. He alleged that a direct connection exists between a proscribed separatist element and U.S. lobby groups aimed at misinforming U.S. authorities. The minister affirmed that the United States government has always supported Nigeria in the fight against terror, saying this time around Nigeria is still in need of collaboration to stamp out terrorism.
The Nigerian Army has released the official portrait of the 25th Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Y.D. Shuaibu. The move aims to standardize references to the Army's top officer and avoid confusion with outdated photographs. The Army, in a statement released on its official handle today, directed journalists and the public to avoid using older images that depict the Chief of Army Staff at a lower rank. The Army further clarified that an earlier portrait issued through its official handle should no longer be used. Highlighting the importance of accurate reporting, the Nigerian Army commended media personnel for their professionalism and support in national security matters.
The Independent National Electoral Commission has issued certificates of return to the Anambra State Governor, Chukwuma Soludo, and his deputy, Onyekachukwu Ibezim. The certificates were presented to them by the supervising INEC National Commissioner in charge of the Anambra State election, Kenneth Ikeagu, today in Awka, 2 days after Soludo and his deputy were declared winners of the poll. The issuance of the certificates of return has officially confirmed Soludo and Ibezim as the re-elected governor and deputy governor of Anambra State. Soludo, the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Grand Alliance in the November 8, 2025 election, was declared the winner of the keenly contested poll on Sunday. The returning officer for the election and Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin, Edoba Omorege, announced the results of the INEC Collation Center in Awka.
Some stakeholders in the economic sector of Nigeria have welcomed the tax reforms being implemented by the federal government under the administration of President Bola Tinubu. BCOS reporter Bimbo Akambi, who spoke with Professor Samuel Awobode and Mr. Animashaun Abiodun, both accountants and economists, said the reforms will augur well for the economic positive turnaround of the country in the long run. They said the Nigerian people might be on the hit of the tax reforms, but will definitely reap the fruits of the president's focus for Nigeria. They added that the tax reform policy, as is being practiced by other countries of the world, will definitely improve the economic well-being of Nigerians. They speak further.
Oluyole FM. Unjalala. Unjato.
The new tax policy It's a welcome development for our great country, Nigeria. But hitherto, before now, if you look at our tax structure, you will discover that the people that were actually paying tax are the middle class, the one that probably I can say they are being compelled. But if you see the eye ups, you know, the way they pay tax is that's where we have abundance and inflation. So, but with this new tax reform, actually it will bring everybody on the net, and then the revenue of our country will improve greatly. And so there is no hiding place for anybody. In abroad, if you earn income, you pay tax. Here, people earn income, they don't pay tax. But on the other hand, I think what made people not to be paying tax is because they are not getting maximum benefit from the revenue that is accruing to government from the payment of tax. But with this new tax regime, I think everything is put in place. When the money comes, the infrastructural development and whatever that will be used for is already mapped out.
Contrary to what people are saying all around, it's not him targeting anybody. It's an economic reform that we actually need in this country. Because you see, if you look at the advanced countries, most of the developmental things they do in advanced country is taxpayers' money. And there's no way, if you want development in a particular country, in the country that we develop, you need to, there should be a sort of sacrifice that must be carried out by citizens of other countries. You cannot just, because you're going to do everything for you, you have to play your own part. So it's not like what people are saying about the present programs going on, as in tax reform, so to say. It's a welcome development. Like what people are saying is that the people will be, if that program is fully implemented, the people that are having money in their various banks will be taxed. No, it's not like that. People are not looking the in-depth of the reform. The reform is a welcome development. What really matters most is that as citizens of this country, you need to do your own contributions to national development.
This broadcast of Newscope comes to you from the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, Ibadan. The Oyo State Government and the Nigeria Union of Teachers NUT State Chapter have dismissed as false the viral report claiming that a teacher in Ogbomoso was beaten to death by his students. Addressing journalists in Ibadan, the Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Honorable Oluyole, alongside the State NUT Chairman, Comrade Raji Oladimeji, and the Principal of Shoun High School, Ogbomoso, Mr. Ajayi Adeyinka, described the report as fake news and a gross misrepresentation of facts. According to the officials, the deceased teacher, Mr. Adegoke Fatai Abiodun, was not assaulted by students but died after a prolonged battle with bone marrow cancer, which was diagnosed at a late stage. Oluyole explained that investigations conducted by the Ministry of Education confirmed that the incidents being circulated on social media had been distorted. He stated that while it was true that the late teacher had caught 4 students gambling on May 28, 2025, he was never attacked by them. Oluyole noted that the government had verified the matter with multiple stakeholders, including the TESCOM chairperson, and COPS and local education inspectors, all of whom confirmed that no assault occurred.
Youths, women, and various stakeholders across Oyo State's 33 local government areas have received an economic relief fund worth 100 million naira from the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, through his through his Bayo Adelabu Foundation, BAF, the minister stated that the empowerment program is intended to reinforce the President Bola Tinubu-led government's commitment to reducing poverty throughout the nation. BCOS reporter Olamiposi Shola was at the BAF office, Jericho, Ibadan. He reports.
Hundreds of youths, women and some members of the political class have benefited from Bayo Adelabu Foundation's empowerment programs. According to the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, the administration of President Bola Tinubu is implementing various initiatives to reduce poverty rates across the country. The minister declared that the Economic Relief Empowerment Program will encompass multiple groups and associations without regard to their ethnic, political, or religious affiliations.
And next week, it is the turn of the students, it is the turn of the widows, it is the turn of the physically challenged. The following week, it is the turn of the religious organizations, the Muslim community, the Christian Association of Nigeria, and the traditional worshipers. The week after is the turn of ethnic nationalities, the Igbo's, the Igbo's, the Igbos, the Hausa, the Fulanis, Arewa people. Why are we doing this? Is it that because we have too much money to throw around? No! We are actually trying to express our gratitude to the Almighty God that has spared my life for 55 years. Because if you experience the kind of background, the kind of upbringing I appreciate that Ajoja would do, let me call me.
In his lecture at the event, Professor Stephen Lafenwa of the Department of Political Science, University of Ibadan, emphasized the need for political office holders to invest in youths, women, and citizens for the advancement of the country. He also advised beneficiaries to use their financial support wisely to improve their livelihoods.
They should make sure that they use the new package, connect with the skill that they have or they are going to acquire, and also to connect to the market, and also be transparent and accountable, so that this relief package will not be once and for all. It will create values that will assist others.
Some political stakeholders who spoke at the program commended Chief Adelabu for his consistent support and for being a good representative of Oyo State in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. The 100 million naira economic relief empowerment programs initiated by Bayo Adelabu Foundation are projected to last until December next month. Olamiposi Ishola, BCS News.
The Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS, has restated its commitment to enlightening, educating, and informing the public through its various indigenous programs, while also grooming broadcasters who will continue to make positive impact in society. The chairman of the corporation, Mrs. Dotun Olaiton, gave this assurance while receiving members of the Ibadan Christ Apostolic Grammar School Old Students Association set of 1975 to 1980, who paid a courtesy visit to the station ahead of their 50th anniversary celebration. Our reporter, Frances Aino, was there and now reports.
Members of the Ibadan Christ Apostolic Grammar School Old Students Association, set of 1975 to 1980, were received by top management staff of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State at the corporation's headquarters, Basharun, Ibadan. The visit was part of activities lined up for the group's forthcoming 50th anniversary celebration. The chairman of the planning committee, Mr. Akinade Akin, appreciated the warm reception, accorded the theme, and commended BCOS for its long-standing reputation as a strong pillar in Nigerian broadcasting, having produced many renowned journalists over the years.
We are here at BCOS to let them join us, partner with us, as we showcase what we have been able to achieve for our school in the last 15 years. I must confess that we appreciate the governor, and we are only heeding his call that we should join hands with government in promoting secondary education in Oyo State.
Speaking on the purpose of the visit, the governor of the association, Barrister Oluyole Adewale, sought the corporation's partnership in publicizing activities marking the Golden Jubilee celebration. He noted that the association has continued to support the state government's efforts in improving education through various interventions, including the provision of solar-powered learning devices, desks, and chairs for their alma mater.
The only thing we can do is to give glory to God Almighty, to thank Him for all that He has done for us. We want to return back part of what He has given us back to the school by way of renovation of blocks of classrooms. We have gone into education. We have done school on air service.
Responding on behalf of the BCOS chairman, the Director of Programs, Mr. Kunle Junaid, commended the association's dedication to the development of their former school and contribution to the education sector. He reaffirmed the corporation's commitment to fact-based reportage and capacity building, describing BCOS as a training ground for many reputable journalists and broadcasters across the country.
You will continue to explore other ways by which you can continue to make impact and turn around lives, especially of indigent students. I would like, on behalf of the chairman, to enjoin you to look into other areas of how your presence could be felt, how you can give back to the alma mater and the host community where the school was established.
The event was attended by key management staff. Frances Aino, BCOS News.
We now join Victor Opone in our sports studio for the latest news updates from the exciting world of sports.
See you on the sports segment of the news. I am Victor Opone.
The Oyo State government has announced the appointment of Coach Buhari Hakim, a former handler of 3SC and Crown FC, as the technical advisor of the Payseta Queens Football Club. The unveiling took place at the office of the Oyo State Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Alhaja Wasilat Adegoke. The appointment comes as the newly formed Payseta Queens prepare to participate in the Nigeria Women Football League Premiership, the top tier of the women's football in Nigeria, for the first time in the club's history. During the unveiling, Alhaja Adegoke also introduced other members of the technical crew who will work alongside Coach Hakim Busari in steering the team through its maiden top-flight campaign. The crew includes Wale Animashaun, Patmos Damilola, and Latif Lukman as assistant coaches, as well as Raji Yakin as the match analyst. The goalkeeper trainer position is handled by Fulusho Ajayi, while Ruf Adediba will serve as the welfare officer. The commissioner further disclosed that the Lake Salami Stadium main bowl will serve as the home ground for the Payseta Queens. She also revealed the plans are underway for the provision of a team bus, a move aimed at resolving the team's logistic challenges and ensuring smooth operations as they embark on their debut season in the NWFL Premiership. In his own remarks, Coach Busari Hakim expressed gratitude to the Oyo State government for the opportunity and confirmed that he is with a one-year contract to lead the team. He pledged to build a dynamic and competitive side, revealing his preferred tactical approach and assuring fans that the Payseta Queens will play exciting football and make Oyo State proud in their maiden NWFL Premiership campaign.
For me, I don't call football job as a trans pressure, but because they need to come with a sort of a criticism, either positive or negative. And for me on our side, it's just to look at what are they talking about. Is it fulfilling what we had in terms of the calendar, in terms of discharging our duties, and look inward to balance it on the heart of the job. Because at the times, I see negative criticisms, we could count it as a pressure, it might be in terms of harassment, so it's part of the things. Because as the handlers with my crew, I believe we are starting with responsibility and we want to really come in as to put our heads together. It's not a passing show. I mean, we are starting as the director to lead the team, but they are very, very important because they are 2-3 years are better than one, that's why they are there. So we're able to put our heads together, work wisely, and tirelessly, and then I believe with that, we could be able to shield the team. Football has one particular thing, and it's about patience. At the time, every team has its own terms of starting. A team might start very quickly, it has a win, withdraw in the mids, and they finish well. A team might start not too good in the beginning and they finish well. It's all about understanding of the game and the team building. We are just inherited a very young team, so within a couple of days now we start the league. So all we need to do is how do we contend at this point in time. So they too on their own side, they have to reason about scenario, they have to be patient with the team. So can you believe your team? Well, it's a new team. A new team, a new player, a new philosophy.
Thank you for joining us. I am Victor Opone.
A suicide attack outside a court in Pakistan's capital, Islamabad, has killed 12 people and injured at least 27 more. The country's interior minister, Mohsin Naqvi, disclosed the incident. Foreign desk editor for Lashade Akintola compiled details of this and other stories as presented by Bimbo Akombi.
The country's interior minister, Mohsin Naqvi, said a bomber was planning to attack the district courthouse but was unable to get inside. Naqvi said authorities would prioritize identifying the bomber and that those involved would be brought to justice. Suicide blasts in Islamabad have been rare in recent years. Footage from the scene on Tuesday showed the remains of a burnt-out car and a police cordon in place. The 27 people injured are receiving medical treatment, Naqvi said. He added that the attacker detonated the bomb close to a police car after waiting for up to 15 minutes. Footage of the aftermath followed plumes of smoke rising from a chartered vehicle behind the security barrier. Pakistani President Asif Ali Zardari said he strongly condemned the suicide blast. At least 13 people have been killed and 20 injured in a car blast that took place on Monday night close to the Red Fort in India's capital, New Delhi. No cause for the explosion has been given, but police in the Indian Capital Territory have invoked an anti-terror law. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said those responsible for the blast will be brought to justice and his government will get to the very bottom of this conspiracy. Home Minister Amit Shah says the explosion occurred just before 7 p.m., that is about 13:30 GMT, and is believed to have originated from Hyundai i20 car that had stopped at the traffic signal. The blast left mangled bodies and wrecked cars shattered near the site as police and investigators cordoned off the area.
All those responsible will be brought to justice.
Israel's parliament has passed the first reading of a bill that will introduce the death penalty for terrorism. The amendment to the penal code proposed by far-right National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir was approved by 39 votes to 16 in the 120-member Knesset, signaling it as support from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government. According to the draft text, the death penalty would apply to individuals who killed Israelis out of racist motives amid the state of Israel and the revival of the Jewish people in its land. Critics said the wording means that in practice, the death penalty would apply almost exclusively to Palestinians who kill Jews, not to Jewish hardliners who carry out attacks on Palestinians. Bimbo Akombi, BCOS News.
To end this edition of Newscope, here